It was yellow love all the way today. It was a sea of yellow today at Chepauk, and Chennai Super Kings registering their first win of the season there in front of their home ground. It ain't a better sight than that. Welcome back to Boundary Line Podcast, guys. I'm Dillon Pink. I've got Sheldon Dougherty here, and today we're going to be not discussing actually, we're going to deep dive into the match there between CSK and Lucknow Super Giants there. Lucknow Super Giants just falling short there by 12 runs. They have only themselves to blame there. All that and more, which we are going to discuss later on in this podcast. But Sheldon, CSK back to winning ways there. I mean, Dhoni can do nothing wrong when he plays at this ground, right?
Yeah, they had to, right? They had to win their first game back home, right? It just
Yeah.
wouldn't have been, right. Otherwise, they just had to win their first game back here. And till that start,
Yeah.
Gaikwad and
Yeah.
Conway made was just unbelievable. They came off the blocks. And I think, Dill, were you surprised as well with how the pitch played? Because I think we all expected maybe a slow, low turner or something, like how usually it is at the Chepauk. But
Yeah.
it was such a good pitch to bat on. The ball was coming on nicely. And almost like for seamers, it was a nightmare to bowl on that pitch.
Yeah.
It was so tough. And yeah, that start I think set it off for Chennai. The way they started set the tone. I feel them.
Ruturaj Gaikwad, Sheldon, some of the shots that he was playing, it was as if he was in the last match itself, like from
Yeah,
that first game versus Gujarat. It was as if he was playing there and just looked absolutely majestic. I mean, this guy and Shubman Gill, Sheldon, I feel are going to go a
yeah,
very long way because there were some breathtaking shots there that he was playing there
yeah.
along with Devin Conway. And these guys put on 79 runs in the first 6 overs, 79 runs in the first 6 overs. I mean, the bowling was looking like a joke for them, just
Yeah.
taking on the bowling there. And like I said, some of the shots were absolutely insane there. All that and more, Sheldon. I just want to ask you about Ruturaj Gaikwad there. Like, he seems to be in some sort of form here, Sheldon. And he's just taking on the bowlers at will there.
Yeah, no, he just looks so good right now, and he looks like any shot he plays or anything he tries will just come off. And again, we were talking about Gill, how he makes batting look easy.
Yeah.
It looks like it's very easy with Gaikwad's batting, which is just such a skill. It's not supposed to look that easy because
Yeah.
it's such a tough skill, and he just looks so good. And you were right, Dil, when you mentioned those two, because the future of Indian cricket looks bright with batsmen like this, and those two could even open for India for a long time. But for CSK, especially having Gaikwad in form is such a big tick because
Yeah.
to get runs at the top of the order is so key. Because just the starts he's given them in the two games, like unfortunately they couldn't capitalize in the first game, but even
Yeah.
today, when he
Yeah.
gives you that start, you don't even need your middle order to do that much. Like,
Yeah.
okay, just like the finishing touches, but it's just so important for the team's success. And I think today also that innings was so good. Dil, I want to ask you though, were you surprised when Shivam Dubey came at number three? Because
Absolutely.
I was very surprised when I saw that. But I think he did quite well though today. I know I put him down in the previous spot, but I think he did all right today.
Not so much for me, Sheldon. I was
No, no,
expecting a
no.
bit more for him there. And I really thought he should have got a little more.
Yeah,
He went just towards the end of his innings there, tried to get some more runs there, but unfortunately got out there. But I don't know why Dhoni holds back himself, Jadeja,
yeah,
Raidu, and everyone. Like, just go for it. Let's give them the chance because Moeen Ali also, Sheldon, was looking
yeah,
dangerous there, right? Moeen Ali. Ben
yeah,
Stokes unfortunately couldn't get some big runs there today,
yeah,
but in time it'll come. His
yeah.
day is going to come, and you can see that happening there. But Dhoni, I don't know why he does that. Just holds back himself and all. Because when he came out and swung those two sixes, it was as if they got their money's worth. There, that was it. If everyone left after that, also, I mean, even if they lost after that, also CSK,
Yeah,
they would have been happy
yeah,
because they seen Dhoni smack those two huge sixes there. But coming back to the match, Sheldon, there, Ravi Bishnoi, I thought bowled brilliantly for LSG when all the bowlers were getting smacked around. Literally, Gaikwad, Conway, Moeen were just sending them
yeah.
all over the park there. And Bishnoi just bowls there 4 overs, 28 runs, and he picks up 3 wickets as well.
Yeah, he was superb. Like honestly, before came on to bowl, I thought it was gonna be like 240 the way Chennai were going. They were
Yeah,
absolutely creaming every bowler till. And he
yeah,
came on and he took two quick wickets as well, and I think his first 2 overs. And it was such like a turning point in the game because he brought them back in it, you felt at that point.
hmm,
Like it felt at least he was restricting runs and he bowled
yeah,
so well and he tossed it up well. And I think he used the pitch well to his advantage also today.
yeah,
And he's a good bowler. I feel like even in Punjab when he played before, he did really well. I feel he
Hmm.
goes a bit under the radar, a bit because
Yeah.
you have your Charles and
Yeah.
obviously India are blessed with spin options. But I
Yeah.
feel he's a very good spinner, Bishnoi. I feel like maybe if he was in another country, he'd be appreciated a bit more. But he's very underrated. I think he's a very good bowler, Bishnoi.
Coming to another guy, Sheldon Yash. I think he was a new bowler for LSG there,
Yeah.
Yash. And
Thakur.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yash Thakur there. I thought he bowled really well. 4 overs, 36 runs. He as well. I mean, he didn't get any
Yeah.
wickets, but I thought he kept the batsman in check. Didn't go for as many runs as you would like, because everyone else, like we're saying, we're just getting whacked all over the park there. But these two bowlers, I thought, held them back, right?
Yeah, Dillon, it was his debut as well, Yash
Yeah.
Thakur. And to come into that Chennai lineup, with a good pitch to bat on, like good luck, man. Like
Yeah.
on your debut, bowling to that lineup. And yeah, he did quite well. I think he was the least expensive seamer, if I'm not mistaken, as well,
Yeah.
in terms of economy. And yeah, he looked very promising. He looked like he could adapt to the pitch as well. He was bowling slow balls and, doing pace on when he could. So
Mhm.
it was a very big tick for them when they get on, more pitches which are suited to bowling, where he could even do better, I feel. So yeah, a big tick for Lucknow in that department, I feel.
Coming to the batting now for Lucknow, Kyle Mayers. What was this guy doing all this while, right? He just came out there, stormed them. And at one point, Lucknow were almost the same score as CSK
Yeah.
were. They were 79 for 1 in 6 overs. CSK were also the same score. And you thought, they kept going, Sheldon, at that rate, but in doing so, they lost those wickets, especially after the
Yeah.
power play. And then it was almost everyone were wondering, like, okay, what's happening here with Lucknow? Because 79 for 1 and then 82 for 3.
Yeah, Dil, and I thought that 3 over spell which Moeen and Santner came on, I thought
Yeah,
Lucknow that was some awful batting. I mean, I
yeah,
don't want to be too critical, but that was some brainless batting
yeah,
because they were so far ahead of the rate as well, Dil. They
exactly.
didn't have to do anything stupid, and I
Yeah,
thought Rahul's wicket in particular, after 2 wickets had gone before him, there was no need for him to play that shot. I
yeah,
mean, already 2 wickets had gone. If Rahul batted even 3, 4 overs, he could easily have taken on the bowlers because he's that good a batsman. Like I
exactly.
felt in that position, he just needed to battle longer. But credit to Moeen and Santner because they
Yeah,
bowled brilliantly. I felt.
yeah.
I think Santner went for 21 in his 4 overs, which is
20.
unbelievable on this wicket.
Yeah.
Like on that wicket, that's like super less because it was so tough for every other bowler. And Moeen to take 4 wickets. Dil, how didn't he bowl last game? I'm still shocked with that.
Everyone's wondering the same thing. Probably the
Yeah,
pitch back then in Ahmedabad did
yeah,
assist, him. And Dhoni, as usual, wants to see his
yeah.
different options there. And coming to Dhoni and the way he handles his bowlers and his spinners, that's like a love story there, right? Dhoni and his spinners.
Brilliant. Their spinners did so well. And Dhoni's just such a master where he didn't need Jadeja's 4 overs. He only needed one of Jadeja's overs. And he read the game so well that he knew, okay, 1 over, it's not working for Jadeja today. It's okay. Like I'll back my young seamers. And I love the way Dhoni handled his young seamers in the end.
Same, yeah,
I thought, bringing Deshpande back, I'm pretty sure no other captain would have done that after his first over. That was as
absolutely,
bad a first over as anyone could have. But
yeah.
credit to Deshpande because after the first over, I was thinking, my God, no way they should bring him in. But his death bowling was excellent. I feel in the death overs, like Chennai really was superb because some of
Yeah,
those Yorkers, and even if they were bowling wide, say we're still gonna stick out there, we're still gonna keep
exactly.
bowling there. And it worked out for them, and that just shows how brilliant Dhoni is because in the first game, maybe it didn't work out for the Seamers, but he said, it's okay, I'll back them again. And today I feel he got rewarded right at the death there.
Absolutely, Sheldon. That was the same point I made when they played their first game, right? You could see
Yeah,
Dhoni was
yeah,
kept going back to them because I feel Dhoni knows that come crunch time in this IPL, he would have to go back to these bowlers, and he's
yeah,
giving them that experience. He's giving them that opportunity now to bowl and make those mistakes and learn from them. So that's a brilliant tactic by Dhoni. Don't think that Dhoni is
yeah,
making a mistake going there, because
yeah,
he exactly knows. He reads the game so well, like you said. So he's always 1-2 steps ahead of everybody. So I love the way he went back to his young seamers, gave them the ball,
yeah,
and like, pitch it up, do what you want, stick to your plan, and just bowl. But yes, he would have been a bit, off also, I thought, because they were kept bowling too many wides and no balls. Some of those no balls were like, 4 in the over, 2, 3 in the over. They were just
yeah,
going for, and you were just wondering why. But another thing, Sheldon, which I want to come to is the batting for LSG. So did you feel
yeah.
that also, like, they should have sent up Ayush Badoni, something like that, or changed the ordered a bit there or something?
Yeah, I feel they should have, because I feel Puran was going well when he was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I thought he just needed someone else on the other end to stick with him, Like if he
Yeah.
had someone going as well with him in the death overs, then it would have been very dangerous. Because at one point, you almost felt like Puran, had to do everything towards the death
Yeah.
overs. Like he was even reluctant to take, a single to give the other strike. Because even that over where he took on Jadeja, right? Like
Yeah.
if he had someone else on the other end to take on the seamers,
From
then
the other
Lucknow would
end.
have
Yeah.
really been in with a chance. And I think, yeah, you're right. Stoinis and Rahul would just be kicking themselves a bit, where they could have just seen off maybe one over of the spinner and tried going an over later. But yeah, in hindsight, I think Lucknow still batted quite well to get to 200
Brilliant.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still did quite well to get there. But I think they will be kicking themselves, because I feel on that pitch, they could have won. Like, I know it was a big score, but with the start they got, they probably feel they should have won. But Dil, I want to ask you about something, Dil.
Yeah.
What is with these over rates, Dil? We're going in 2 hours per innings, Dil. Like, and I feel they're not using that rule which they said they would as much, where the fielder has to come in.
They did.
Each
They did today.
Today, I think they did, for the first time, I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
in the second innings, right? In the last
CSK's
over, they
one,
did.
yeah. CSK's
Yeah.
one. In the last over, they had to bring one more fielder inside the circle there, because the CSK went over their stipulated time to bowl that innings there. But I wanted to ask you one question as well, Sheldon, just to wrap things up there very quickly. Quinton de Kock is due now to come back to this Lucknow side there. The question now where everyone is probably thinking is, where does he fit in to that Lucknow side? Because Kyle Mayers has done his job there. Puran is doing his role there also. I mean, he's just smoking the ball today. Puran, unfortunately, just got out on the boundary line there when Ben Stokes taking a brilliant catch there. But where does Quinton de Kock come in now? Because Kyle Mayers, you would think, would be the right one to, switch around. Or does he come in for Stoinis? Is he coming for Puran? Or do they just wait and see one more game and see who needs to be swapped out?
That's a very tough call. It would be so harsh to.
Because I'm sorry, because it would be harsh. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're going to say the same thing, but I feel it would be harsh to remove Kyle Mayers out, because he's got 2 games there. He's done more than enough to see that spot for himself, right?
Yeah, until he had 250s in 2 games. Imagine dropping someone after that. Like, that would just be sad. And I think he's made himself undroppable after 2 games. I think he's done as well as he could. He arguably won them the game in Delhi the other day, right? With his performance. So I think Mayers can't be dropped.
Bowls as well. He bowls as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think he opened the bowling as well for them, if I'm not mistaken, today. So I know that this would also be harsh, but I think Quinton de Kock has to walk into the team. I think he's that good a batsman where he does. I personally would take out Stoinis and I'd send de Kock up top. But again, who opens with him? Because Myers has been so good as well, opening. So it's confusing that would you have dropped Rahul to the middle order, but to help out that middle order finished games, like where they need a stable head maybe. But again, do you want to mess up the opening pair that's done so well in 2 games?
Yeah.
It's really confusing. What would you do, Dil?
I would go back to the opening pair of Quinton and Rahul and put Kyle Mayers at 1 down, so that Deepak Huda moves in another space down there, probably in the middle order 4 or 5. You use Deepak Huda to bat anyway if you need to get those quick runs in. But if you have to consolidate and if you're looking for someone to even go after the bowling a bit, then you send in Kyle Mayers. Probably I would do that, but I don't know. Like we said, it's very difficult because both Kyle Mayers, Quinton de Kock's coming off a crazy match there also, right, for himself. So he's been in good form. Kyle Mayers is in good form. Nicholas Puran is in good form. So who do you drop? That's really big. And we know Marcus Stoinis will come good at some point. Last year, he was so good for them, right?
Yeah, Dil, exactly. It's so harsh to drop anyone. I mean, probably you stick with the same team, maybe 1 or 2 more games and see. Like, you give Stoinis more opportunities to get form as well, because it would be harsh to drop him after 2 games. But then again, that's harsh on Quinton de Kock as well, right? He was playing for his country. What can he do? But yeah, very interesting. And I mean, their 4th foreigners, Markwood also, so they won't take him out. He has the purple cap with him, so that's tough. I mean, yeah. A lot of options for LSG. It'll be very interesting to see who they play with next still.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen to LSG there. 1 off day for them. They came so close, but just couldn't make it over the line. A few mistakes that they made there, but it's all okay in the end there. But Chennai would be happy, really happy with the way they did
Yeah.
today. Dhoni hit a few sixes there in the end. Ruturaj Gaikwad there among the runs got the orange cap now, and it's all looking upward here for Chennai because they're looking a very dangerous side. They bat as deep as number 7, number 8, and that Chennai side. Watch out, all you guys there when Chennai is playing.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they go around as well. But thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We really appreciate the love, the views, the likes that we've been that you guys have been showing us. So please continue to show your support and like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget as well. And we'll catch you soon in the next episode. See you soon.